So, can you spot the difference between the two animations? If you can, you may realize that for some reason the one on the right looks better. It looks more organic. And the reason the one on the left looks stiffer is because a very common student mistake that is not breaking up the body movements. And we're gonna show you how to fix that today. So before we jump into Maya, I wanted to quickly show you this visual example of what I mean to break up the body. So, and the concept of the plank. That is a concept that one of our teachers at Lupin House likes to use. Stephen Morris likes to say the concept of the plank. That a lot of the times the students animate the body like if they had a plank stuck in their back, so they move as a single unit, and doesn't look very organic. If if these two animations were human beings just leaning in a weird way, the one on the left, that is the plank, feels very unnatural. We don't move as a single unit. The more important thing we have to learn in this video is to break up the body. Nobody moves at the same time. So look, if these two were again just people leaning in a weird way, this one looks much more natural and organic because that's how it should work. Things are dragging, overlapping, leading, and that's what we're gonna explain now in Maya. So let's go into Maya and show you what I mean. So here I have the stiff animation that I showed you before. So I'm animating and saying, why is this looking so stiff? It's because I need to, as I said before, break up the body. Now everything is moving at the same time. The three spine controllers are all moving together. The head and the neck are moving at the same time as the spine, so everything looks very stiff. So we need to break up the movement, and I'm going to show you how to do it. For this animation I use the lovely Sally rig from Lupin House. You can get this rig if you enroll in any of the Lupin House workshops. So I just did quickly this animation to show you this tutorial, so don't be too hard on the animation, it's just for teaching purposes. So now I'm gonna grab the graph editor. I'm gonna select the three. So I'm gonna start with the spine controllers. But before I forget, one important thing before you do this is you have to define what leads and what follows. In every action, something leads. For example, I don't know, I'm going to throw a punch. The arm is leading, so the body will follow what I'm doing with the punch. In this case, Sally's just going up. The root is leading, so he's just standing up, and the spine and the body just follow and get dragged by the root going up. So I know the root goes first, and I need to break up here the spine. So here I selected as I show you, the three spine controllers. Here I have you see everything. If you see the graph editor, everything is literally moving, like animated on the same frames. So there's a very quick and dirty tip to fix it. Of course, when you're doing a shot for your school or your personal shots, you take more care and more complicated mechanics, and then body moves in more complex ways. But for the purpose of the tutorial, I'm going to show you how to quickly fix this problem of the animation going up feeling stiff. Here I have the bottom of the spine, the middle of the spine, and the chest. So I'm just going to move very quickly to break it a little bit from the root. One frame. I just did one frame because I don't want to offset too much. The lower back controller is very close to the root, so just one frame is going to be enough for this. But the other two, I want to break them up more. So I'm going to grab these two, and I'm going to move them 2 frames, a couple of frames, and then I'm going to grab the chest, the upper chest, that how we see that the root is leading. It should be the last one to catch up with the movement. It's going to drag, is the last one that is the one that is dragging the most. I'm going to offset it 2 more frames. Let's see how it looks now. Much better. Immediately it looks better because everything is, so the spine is not moving at the same time anymore. And now we're gonna go to the neck and the head, which again, in this case, just for the purpose of the tutorial, they're dragging too, because if the action was different, I don't know, the head was moving around, or maybe he was looking up while going up, maybe the head will lead or do something different. But in this case, the head is just doing a simple, it's just dragging. So, oops, I forgot. I'm gonna grab the last, the upper chest controller to have it as a reference of when to start offsetting. So I grab, here I have again the chest controller, the neck, and the head. So we see So I'm gonna start here. I'm gonna grab, so I can see the chest starts moving here, like starts moving here and then down. So I'm gonna grab the neck and the head, and I'm gonna move them. So here they are on this moving at the same time, and I'm gonna 1, 2 offset the neck a little bit, and then the head from the neck. Let's try with this is more, you know, you will see it depending on your scene, trial and error sometimes. So I just know what I'm doing for this shot, so that's why I'm so fast. But sometimes you have to experiment. Oh, how does it feel if I offset it 1 frame, 2 frames, 3 frames, you know? So, and now the head I'm gonna offset it 2 frames and let's see how it feels now. It might be looking better, it's arriving later, but the problem here is that the head should be dragging more. So I'm gonna grab this, the neck and the head, and I'm gonna drag them even more. Yeah, I think I can go even harder, right? You know, let's see. But in this case, you see, it's dragging too late. It's looking weird. So maybe I think we need to push the drag a little bit more behind. Let's see now. Now it's feeling better. And I think it can even start dragging a bit sooner, a couple of frames sooner. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. It's a little bit exaggerated, but for the purpose of the tutorial will work. So you can feel it, you see? Look. So the body starts going up and the head just drags there very, very intensely. The other thing we can do for the head is overshoot. So here the body already stopped, the head keeps going, and we could overshoot a bit there. And you see, much better. So now the head goes, the body arrives, the head and the neck go back because they're overshooting, they arrive later, and then they settle back. And let's see how the animation looks now. I'm gonna minimize the graph editor. Much better. Look how much better it looks. I just did a quick and dirty fix of setting the controllers of the spine and the neck and the head, and look how much better it's looking. Another little trick that a lot of students forget is you can actually translate a last little detail. You can translate the chest. It doesn't have to be always rotations, it's just to add a little bit of extra fleshiness there. So for example, here the chest, here's when it arrives up. I'm gonna grab this, I'm gonna just move it up. It's a little bit too much, I think. Is it too much? Let me see. It's a little too much. Let me just decrease a little bit. And you see, it has some extra touch there that it looks very nice. It just, the chest leg goes up and then goes back again. It's some extra fleshiness. You have to be careful not to overdo it. But it's some extra nice detail that they can add something to animation. So here we have the comparison once again, and we can see how much better the one on the right looks with all the little changes we did now in this tutorial. So I hope this video was useful and you understood the concept of breaking up the body movements and offsetting stuff. And I wish to see and hope to see you soon in the next video.